Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. In addition to that, if you find yourself watching this video, really resonating, finding yourself nodding your head quite a bit, feeling as though I am explaining your life, and you have nothing of Pisces in your chart, you're not dealing with a Pisces, it doesn't matter. This message is still for you. Okay. So let us just, and um, I just kind of want to put this out there because I do still get quite a bit of questions. This is a Pisces channel run by a Pisces, speaking for Pisces. There you go. All right. Did you guys see a little bit of defiance in my face? Okay, let's get started. Let's for real get started. Okay. You like the lip color? Michael said we're doing a look today, and he picked this lip color. I was like, okay, we'll do a look. Okay, so let us just get these cards out. So, within nothing, there is everything. So sometimes it appears as though nothing is going right, that the center, the core of your life is just nothing but a huge mess, just because you don't quite have the ability to see, um, process, I'm itching now. Oh my God. Just because you don't have the ability to see or process or any of that, it doesn't mean there's nothing in there. It doesn't mean you're just a huge gaping void. It means you need to take time to really sit very still and just focus on yourself. Oftentimes, it becomes very, very difficult for us to understand our path if we are so focused on so many other things. When you spread yourself that thin, it's much easier to tear you apart. Oh, what? So, when you spread yourself that thin, it is much easier to tear you apart. Are you done being torn apart? Now, I want to make this very clear. It's not always that, being torn apart is done by someone else. Oftentimes, the person doing the tearing is the Piscean themselves. Okay. So, this is not about blame. This is about recentering yourself. This is about allowing yourself to truly see what you need to see within yourself. Okay. Before you begin analyzing everything else. So, card number 11, flashover. It's all in your head. That's pretty like blunt. It's all in your head. Shit. So what this card is talking about is that you have the ability to manifest that which you fixate on. If you fixate on the pain, if you fixate on the things that are just continuing to make you feel as though you're not enough, then you will forever feel as though you're not enough. Okay. And I'm speaking from experience here. I have, as a Piscean, this majorly annoying habit of fixating on all the ways in which I believe I have failed in some way. For as long as I do that, for as long as I did that, I've always felt like I haven't um, been enough, haven't been fast enough to resolve my own stuff, haven't been capable enough, not strong enough, not smart enough. All of these things about not being enough, they were all distortions. They were all distortions because I couldn't get myself out of that cycle. And every time you go through a cycle of berating yourself, putting yourself down, making yourself feel as though you're not enough, that cycle accelerates. And every single time it goes faster, 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 lower, 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 lower. So it's kind of like a vortex. It becomes this emotional vortex that sucks you down and makes you feel much smaller and much less than you actually are. Now, this process is going to be a process. It's not something you just one day like, you know what? I watched Emmy's video. I'm the shit. Oh, you probably are the shit. Will you really believe that? I don't know, maybe for a couple hours. And then you're probably going to revert back to whatever ugly things you believed about yourself in the first place. And that's okay. That's okay. This is not about perfection. This is not about trying to prove that you've done the work. This is about actually allowing yourself to do the work. So, for every single time that you falter and you fall back down, you get back up. And then after a period of time, you'll look back and you'll notice I don't fall down as fast. I don't fall down as often. I'm actually beginning to sustain this belief that I am enough. And if that persists for long enough, you'll just accept I'm enough. Whether I understand it or not, whether I agree or not, I'm just enough. I'm enough. And the people who don't grasp how enough I am, when they say I'm not enough, when they say I'm too much, these are people who haven't done the work for themselves. So I don't really need to take it personal. I really don't need to take it personal. They can believe whatever they want, but I don't have time to entertain that. I'm still working on myself. I'm making sure that I keep getting up. I'm making sure that I don't fall down as much. And even if I fall down, it's okay because guess what? I keep getting back up. And that's a beautiful thing. If you think about walking, what is walking? It's nothing more than controlled falls over and over and over. In order for you to take a step forward, you have to kind of lean forward. And before you fall, your other leg comes out in front of you, props you back up again, over and over and over and over until you are walking down your path. So that's what life actually is. When you want to walk your spiritual path, it's nothing but a series of controlled falls, nothing but a series of stumbles that are stopped before it's too late, before you actually fall flat on your ass. So, if you're wanting to live in some sort of perfection, that's a lie. That's an illusion. The way society defines perfection, the way society, spiritual groups, communities, whatever it is you're into, the way they define perfection, it's something that is not attainable nor sustainable. That's not perfection. It's time for you to begin entertaining the possibility that you were created perfect. It's true. It's true. There was no mistake in the way you were created, the way you were designed, from your attitude to your ballsiness to maybe lack of ability to talk, speak up for yourself. All of that was created perfectly to give you the opportunities that will help you to further grow. That in itself is a perfection that the human mind still is not able to comprehend. And that's fine. We don't necessarily have to comprehend it. We just have to be present. Okay. So, card number 33, Heaven Sent. You are receiving quite a few messages. You are receiving quite a few messages from divinity. For some of you, for some of you, these messages are telepathic communication from I don't know who. You pick who this communication is from. I'm not going to make any assumptions. Okay. I'm just saying. So, card number 36, 12th house, escape. This is the house of Pisces. In your attempt to escape your reality, you create levels and layers beneath the surface, going deeper and deeper into yourself. Well, this is actually the path of ascension. It's just like the Fibonacci sequence. It's like the Christic spiral. It's just like that golden ratio that brings you deeper into yourself. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to see what it is you find as you get deeper to your core. Now, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. All right. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. It's time to get on point. It's not a time to ignore or overlook what's there. Things may get fragmented. So, this is a period where, you're really, really needing to observe. Even if you get fragmented, if you can calibrate your perception to account for the fragmentation, you can still see clear enough to continue moving forward. what ends up happening, if you allow yourself to zoom in too close, and it's like I hear microscopic viewing. Ooh, sorry. Michael's talking about microscopic viewing, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like in a microscope? And he's saying that oftentimes we look too closely at these aspects of ourselves that we consider flaws. And we're so zoomed in that we can't understand that it's a part of a bigger picture. It's nothing but a fractal of the totality of who and what you actually are. So if you're fixating on, he says, use me as an example. So if I'm all zoomed in, which I was for a period, I was totally zoomed in my stubbornness. Like, girl, this is going to be your downfall. Girl, this is why everything always goes bad for you. You're just so stubborn. You can't even reach out when you need to reach out. You can't accept help when you need help. You make life so much harder. And I was totally tearing myself apart over this. And the more I zoomed in, the more I saw things that I found to be extremely ugly about myself. And as I zoomed in even further, that sense of ugliness became a sense of um, powerlessness. Because if this is who I am and this is the thing that makes my life so hard, then I'm just going to have a shitty life. I'm just going to have the shittiest life. No one's going to be able to love me, to accept me, to understand me. No one's going to want to be around me because I'm so difficult. I am difficult though. Let's not even play. I'm fucking difficult. you know, unless you're really close to me, I'm not that difficult. The closer you get, I'm so fucking difficult. It's adorable, isn't it? Not really. Not really. Thank you, Lily. Okay. So here's the thing. The moment I got shook hard enough by my soul, thank you, Marcy. Because my soul, man, my soul said, Michael, grab that girl by her shoulders and shake the shit out of her. Shake the bullshit out of her. And it shook me so hard. My life got turned upside down. And it got to the point where it was just like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know who I am. And it was at that point of losing this perception I had of myself, where I thought I lost myself, but I didn't lose myself. I got shook so hard that my distorted perception of who I thought I was got blown away. And that's what really opened me up to actually learning, accepting myself. Because as soon as that microscope gets shook, the zoom function stops functioning. That zoom feature stops functioning. And suddenly I zoomed out and I was like, oh my God, I was looking at all these little circles that make up just a portion of a portion of the big picture that I actually am. And the more I zoomed out, the more I released my willingness to just cut myself down for no reason. The more I was able to, wow, look at these beautiful swirls. Look at these colors. Look at how they play with each other. Wow. And I think that was the point where I began to really appreciate myself, where I began to actually begin to love the person that I am, not the person that I try to be for everyone else. Because for each person, you're trying to be what they need or want you to be. And that's not about being fake. That's a normal, natural part of your human function. And this is the key right here. This is the key. Realizing doing that is a part of your human existence and understanding you're not just human, that you can rise above that and begin existing in your totality. Meaning, as you begin to embrace your authenticity and exist in your authenticity with no shame, no hesitation, no none of that, people will begin to recalibrate to this. People will begin to understand and want to know more. They'll be drawn to you because guess what? Every single last one of us are so starved for true connection, true authenticity, not that manufactured shit. Okay, I see so many people regurgitating the shit that I'm saying, but there's no energy, no feeling behind it. It's just, it sounds good. Let me grow my audience. It sounds good. Mm-mm. uh-uh. So we're drawn to that. We are drawn to that. And so as you begin to do this, you'll begin to recognize there are people who truly accept you for who you are. as hard as I've tried my entire life to be a picture of what I believe people wanted to see, this sense of perfection, um, I never felt accepted. I always had this very upfront, very silent, nagging feeling of if they really knew who I am, oh my God, they wouldn't be around. If they really saw who and what I am inside, they would run so far. And the moment I began to exist in my authenticity and just not have no apologies about it, because yeah, I can be salty. Yeah, I can be kind of rotten, but at the heart of it, that's not me. That's an expression of what you're bringing out of me. And I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying I finally understand the aspects of myself. And as I began to really, really accept, like, this is just who I am, there's always room for growth, but this is who I am in this moment, and it has to be enough. And if it's not enough, they can find someone else who's more than me or less than me for whatever their preference is. And when I began to do that, I mean, I don't have any shame anymore about who I am. This is just who I am. This is me. And because I'm able to fractionate things, compartmentalize in my mind, I'm actually very introverted in real life. I don't talk much. I don't talk much. Thank you, Lily. Um, I don't talk much, but right now it's like I'm just talking to myself. I try my best not to look at the comments and I'm just talking to myself. Mm, all right. So, your energy is going to be your internal compass. It's going to point you where you need to go within yourself and in your life. It's going to guide you. Four being the number of self, two being the number of guidance. Four plus two is six, six being the number of receiving. Allow yourself to receive the guidance that you need, the guidance that you want. You have to just allow yourself to experience this. Many of us often aspire to be like this beautiful sunshine for everyone. And when we enter a dark phase, we're just so ashamed. There's so much guilt and shame associated with that. But the fact is this, it's more powerful to be a full moon in someone's dark night of the soul than it is to be their sunshine. It's just more powerful. So when you allow yourself to exist in your truth, moon energy is yin energy, shadow energy. It's within the shadows, your shadows, that the truth of who you are is actually hidden. Be your moon. This is the very reason why you saw all of this like hullabaloo about baby witches on TikTok cursing the moon. Why is that? It's symbolic of cursing your true self. Don't do that. Don't do that. Lion spirit. Be generous of spirit. Allow yourself to flow. Okay. Just allow yourself to flow. Just flow, 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 flow. Wherever your flow takes you, that's where you're supposed to be. If it takes you to a place of discomfort, the thoughts, the assumptions you've had of yourself, all of these like really uncomfortable things, then that's where you're supposed to be. It's not that you're trying to tear yourself apart, it's that you're trying to finally see with clarity who you are. So, Queen of Summer, loving, comfort, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. There you go. So many of us, not just Pisceans, but so many of us have this habit of overly taking care of others and not leaving enough to take care of ourselves. And then we are left with this feeling of no one cares about me. I always just give, people use me. Do they use you or do you volunteer? Because for me, I can be honest with myself. I took a long time to recognize this. People weren't using me. I was volunteering to be used. And this is not about blame. None of my readings are about blame. Everything about what I share with you guys is about taking accountability, because once you take accountability, you recognize the truth of your power. If you have the power to create disharmony within your life, The inverse of that is harmony. So if you can create disharmony, you have the power to create harmony. What are you going to choose? And this is why you need to take accountability for your part in co creation. At no point should you allow yourself to just, well, they did this to me. Well, something was done. What was your part in that so that you don't repeat it again? Not so you can blame yourself and tell yourself how you keep messing up and this is all your fault and you just screw everything up. No. If me trusting in someone that's not worthy of my trust is what continues to put me in a bad place, then I need to stop doing that. I need to analyze my part in this. Oh, well, they blabbed all my secrets and, they're just mean. Were they worthy of your trust in the first place? And I've had to have this conversation with myself. Girl, you shouldn't have trusted them, but no, you had to be like, don't be that way, Emmie. Don't be mean. Let them prove to you that they're good people. Everyone has a good heart. It's true. Everyone has a good heart, but not everyone chooses to use it. Fact of life. Boom. Everyone has potentiality, but not everyone chooses to tap into that potentiality. Boom. Bottom line. You don't have the power to do that. You can't inspire someone intentionally to make changes in their life that they're not willing to make. You can continue to exist in your authenticity. And if witnessing that authenticity inspires them, beautiful. If it doesn't, beautiful as well. You are a sovereign. That means you have to respect their sovereignty. So, card number 16, life experience. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. Oh, I was just talking about this. Sorry, guys, I got excited. An important life changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. Oh, look at that. The tower doesn't have to fall if you can walk past it. Go ahead and walk through that tower. The tower only has to fall if it's blocking your way, right? Right. So just walk through it. Just walk through it. Where does this card go? I don't know how many decks I pulled out. I pulled out quite a few cards, guys. That's just the first stack. What the hell? Let's see. Let's see. All right. Card number 43, come to life. Are you going to listen to the messages of your soul, your internal guidance? Or are you going to continue to allow that monkey mind, whether it's your own or someone else's within your life, to convince you that what you are right now is not enough, that you need to try and paint a sweeter picture? And look at that. Forked tongue, controlling the paint strokes. What is that about? What is that about? Are we allowing this to happen? Are we failing to realize that between the light and dark portions of our journey, that's where the growth occurs? Is that what we're failing to realize? I mean, there's a lot of things for us to come to terms with. And again, this is not about blaming. This is not about pointing out how you're failing and this and that. This is about encouraging you to begin critically thinking. Critical thinking is important. It's very, very important. Um, Card number 6, Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. It's through the wounds that we're allowed to let more of ourself come forward. It's through your wounds, the areas in which you become fractured. Those are the areas your light, your truth begins to shine out more. I found for myself personally that when I get hurt real bad, I kind of lose my desire to play by the rules. And it's just the truth just comes out. It just comes out. Like, I'm trying to be nice to someone, I'm trying to be nice to someone, I'm trying to be nice to someone. And then they take it too far with me and they try and destroy me. Fuck that shit. Claws are out. I'm going to start talking truth to you. I'm not going to hold back anymore. All these things that I've wanted to say, needed to say, just because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. It's at that point when I'm so fractured that I begin to fracture back, that I begin to just totally like, bitch, it's on. Let's do this shit. It's fucking on. Say what you need to say. I'm going to say what I need to say. We'll pick up the pieces when we're done. And sometimes, I mean, that's not necessarily the best approach, but sometimes that's the most truthful, authentic, raw, and pure approach where you can allow more of your truth to come out. Yes, it's not the best, But again, are we here to do a Betty Crocker spirit? Are we here for Betty Crocker spiritual journey? No, we're not. We're not. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Mm. Okay. Hold on, guys. So, card number 20, Scorpio, I transform. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Acknowledging desire and surrendering yourself to the depths will serve you best at this time. Now, let's not limit ourselves. Desire is not always romantic or sexual. It's not always that. If that's the only way you define desire, then you might need to take some time to really assess where this blockage is coming from. Who can say what is the best in the end? You. You can only say what's best for you, not what's best for anyone else. And really, what's your concept of the best? Because for some people, their concept of the best is this notion of the most polished, the most impressive. But I'm not here to impress. I'm not here to polish. It's through my swimming up the river of life, my life, that the flow of my energy naturally will polish me. So it depends what's your focus. And what your focus is, that's what's going to determine the filters you use to define the concept of best. So there we go. Let's see. When Scorpios feel deeply, they fear the loss of control and they will sting when threatened or concerned. Almost always, Scorpios will deliver the last hit. Scorpios do not roll over and play dead. They never forget a slight. When this card comes up, you're being tested. You may feel isolated and on your own without much sympathy or help from others. If so, it's time to stand on your own and fight those forces gathered against you. And sometimes the forces gathered against you are of your own creation. Okay. So and I know someone, someone watching right now is why is she always putting it back on me? Why? Because you're the only thing you can control. What is the point in me saying, oh, someone did this to you? You know what someone did to you. Do you know how you co created that? Are you willing to take responsibility for your part in that so that you can grow to your fullest? Because this is not a place where I'm going to go ahead and coddle your insecurities, coddle the ways in which you don't believe in yourself and your power and your truth. This is a place where I'm going to be like, take a look at this. What do you think? I mean, they couldn't really do this to you. Passive permission. You allowed them to go deeper than they should have. And that was because of a sense, probably, of a lack of faith in yourself, lack of acceptance of yourself. And so you were looking for that outside of yourself. Is it your fault? No, there's no need for fault. There's no need for blame. There is a need to acknowledge, though, how you co created that so you won't repeat that shit again. So this is really about not blaming, but taking responsibility and accountability for your life. Understanding you are the utmost authority. That's a definition of sovereignty, being the utmost authority in that field of consciousness, field of work, whatever that field is. You are the utmost authority, meaning without your permission, it does not occur. Without your permission, it does not occur. And people can try and get all philosophical. Well, what about people who get raped? Well, my personal thought, that is something that, for whatever reason, those two souls agreed on some sort of interaction. I don't agree with it. I don't understand it, but I do know that certain events that are not very savory are allowed to happen to grow you in some way. Do I agree with that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I have a level of consciousness to be able to really wrap my mind around it and accept it? Absolutely not. But do I understand certain things happen to grow you in certain ways? Yes, I do. Again, do I agree? No, I don't. Because there's no reason for me personally where you can't just be explained to, you can't be taught by talking to you. You have to experience it. Wow, what the fuck? But again, it's not about me right now. It's about our learning. Oh, wait, 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 wait. So, strong, strong sexual attractions may arise, whether wished for or not. Obsessions are possible. It's not wise to get wrapped up in intrigues with people you don't know very well or have known only for a short time. Do not attempt to maneuver or manipulate anyone, as this will surely backfire. Okay? It will surely backfire. If you want to do it anyways, by all means, but don't later on be like, oh my God, what do I do? You were right. Well, now you're learning. That's how you chose to learn. So just learn it. Oh, it's connected to the death card, transformation through desire, psychic ability, taxes, secrets, wins and losses, sexual attraction, secret affairs. Okay. Okay. So there's a bridge within you that will take you from one level of consciousness to a higher level. It's up to you if you want to walk across it. But know this, unless you choose to walk across it, you won't get to the other side. You can't call an Uber and be like, airlift me. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. It is. Transformation is ridiculously beautiful, but it's also ridiculously scary because you are becoming a version of yourself you have never been before in this life. Do you need to have been this before in this life for you to accept it? If you do, you're going to very much struggle through this. Struggle is not necessarily a bad thing. It's in that struggle that you grow more. The lesson intensifies and your depth of learning increases. So, I'm totally not judging you. Actually, every single lesson I've lived through, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm a masochist. I'm probably a masochist. I choose the most difficult way to learn it, the most painful, most difficult way. And at the end, I'm like, yes, because I'm a masochist. Princess of Spring, optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. Okay, so I haven't looked at the picture. This is a new deck for me, and this is the first time this card has come out. And I was just reading, and I just heard, "Look at her face. That's you as you swing through your lessons." Okay, so that's me. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Okay. He told me that's me. This mofo. So at least she's cute. She's cute. She is. She's cute. So card number 8, Yin Yang Lover. I'm just starting to really itch. Oh God. I'm so itchy. Okay. Card number 8. The force of attraction is stronger than your conscious control. There is no need to fight this inner genius. You can learn to speak its language instead. What is it that captures you, that pulls you close, that holds so much light for you? Why fight it? Don't step away from what you really love to grab hold of a second prize. Why not claim your first prize? Hold on. Okay. Okay. It's there waiting for you. It's yours alone. No one else can claim your own divine birthright for you. Be yielding and let your desire fill your body, your heart, and your mind. You don't have to fight for what's already yours. It will come to you through the field of attraction that emanates from your own heart. It's not a question of worthiness or deservedness. It's not a question of trying to work out what you need or want. Your heart always knows. So listen. If you still can't hear, then just feel. You'll get the gist of it soon enough. Let's see. Okay, right, Sarah. Sarah, remind me to pinch you in a couple weeks. Remind me to just pinch you. The moment when to fill my heart again is measured not in time or sweet remorse, nor tears that wash away unbridled pain, or morning's light which sings its soft retort. Such love has slept through storm and winters long. No call could break the stillness embrace, or hasten change before the season's song unfurls its melody in words so chaste. Empowered thus, I found myself compelled to cast aside emotions dormant still. My feelings spoke from depths the answer welled, no need or past the emptiness to fill. At one, our touch has opened hearts anew, of patience born there waits a love so true. Okay, Karen. Okay. So I told you guys I know a Karen, and she's not like the definition of Karen, so y'all better leave Karens alone. You're my favorite Karen. I'll just tell you that. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So, card number 2, inner trust. You have to trust your own intuition. You have to trust your own internal guidance, or else you're going to fall for some pit traps that are placed before you. So, the way parasitic things often function, they will create a sense of instability. They will amplify this because we all have this within us. I'll just put this out there. Parasites can't create, they cannot create a new circumstance. They cannot create characteristics. They can only amplify and further distort things that are already present. Take, for example, if your life partner, excuse me, gets infested and is suddenly laying hands on you, like beating you, which is not okay. And you're like, oh my God, they have a parasite. They never did. That was already there. They were just very good at hiding it. It's not to say they're a bad person, but that potentiality was already there. The parasite did not make them a violent person. They were already within them was already contained the potentiality of violence, domestic violence. Okay, so what card was I? The inner trust. Okay, so make sure that you trust yourself. Not trusting yourself and asking questions is not the same as not trusting. It's not the same. You should ask questions. Asking questions helps you to determine if what you're dealing with is your true higher self or a mimic of your higher self. Parasites do that as well. They mimic your higher self by mimicking the sound of your voice, the pattern of your speech, the words you use. If you find yourself talking to yourself, arguing within yourself, and you were in a good mood before this internal argument, and suddenly there's something in you that's like, no, that girl's a bitch, you know, and you're like, whoa, wait, no, what? Where's this even coming from? Probably a parasite. Okay. Card number 18. Let chance play its creative role in your life. This imagery is letting you know it's time for you to allow your perception to be shattered and be reconstructed by your higher self. This reconstruction is going to utilize a lot of that crown space energy. Okay. A lot of that crown space energy is necessary to finally reconstruct your field of spiritual vision in such a way that will allow you to see clearly the events of your life. Y'all are making me hot. Card number 0, the dreamer. Embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure. Trust yourself. It's time for you to trust yourself. Inner trust. Trust yourself. Okay. Let go of life experience. Oh, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. This is about trusting the guidance that you're being given. A lot of times, what creates more difficulty within our spiritual journey is when we enter this phase of, but that's not what I was taught. Well, who were you taught by? By someone outside of yourself. So I could be taught all sorts. Okay, case in point, I was taught for most of my life that this work that I do now, very publicly, is very, very bad. It's very embarrassing, very shameful. It goes against the will of God. It's very evil. It's demonic work. But I was taught that by someone who didn't understand the truth of what it is I'm actually doing. Because I'm not negating the presence and existence of divinity. I'm helping people to understand it. because there will be people who are like, oh my God, what you're doing is so evil. This is the demon's work. This is the devil's work. Are you saying the devil has more power than God? Because you're either saying the devil is more powerful than God, or you're saying God made a mistake when it created me. I thought you believed God was omnipotent, omnipowerful. So they don't go hand in hand. I can't usurp God. I can't. As a human being, I don't have that kind of power. I can be created in perfect measure by God, but I can't suddenly be something that's an abomination to God. So, what you're being taught is not always in alignment with what you need to understand yourself, your journey, your purpose. So, up until a certain point, those things that you're taught, they served you. They got you to the point where now you need to release that and allow space to be created so you can relearn yourself, relearn your purpose, relearn all of these different things that you need to get to the next level of your development. These are the bridges. Notice how there are voids underneath the bridges. If there if there wasn't this stuff that's being released, let go of, purged out of your system, these belief structures, oh, that's perfect. Belief structures. You wouldn't need the bridge. You wouldn't need the bridge. So your faith in yourself is the bridge that gets you to the next layer, the next level. Um, you won't need the bridge if you take a leap of faith. Card number 30, Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. If those bridges make you feel uncomfortable, then take that leap. You won't need the bridge if you leap. So, whichever way you want to learn it, whichever way you want to do it, you need to get to the other side. You get to choose the way you do that. Okay. So, card number 30, sixth house, routine. The body is a sacred garment. You must change your usual way of looking at things. No joke. That's what it says. You must change your usual way of looking at things. Whew. This house is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. This is why it's looked upon as a house of the job. How you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. Now, that's in terms of your human existence, but you're more than just a human. So, what happens when we apply this to our spiritual journey? So when this card turns up, a spiritual job change is possible. So what if maybe at this point, you're not supposed to just continue to be who you have been? And it's not to say that who you have been is broken, not enough, flawed, a horrible person. No, what if it's time to promote yourself to your next version? Because you don't stay the same version in this life. You will always continue to change, shift, grow. And if you think you're going to stay the same person, if that's your goal, I hope you enjoy your next life because this shit's going to repeat in the next life. Might not be the very next one, but maybe a couple ones down. It's going to repeat. It's going to repeat. And I will tell you, with all this work that I've done, helping people communicate with their loved ones who have transitioned to the other side, the ones who are stuck, and this is rare, but the ones who are stuck are the ones who won't allow themselves to transform, to let go of their disappointments in this life. They hold on to that so it keeps them bound here. Just let that kind of sink in, okay? So let's see. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. How about in your everyday life, in your human existence, you pay attention to the particulars, the smaller details. But in your spiritual journey, you zoom out and are able to see the whole thing. When you can zoom in and zoom out like that, you get a very solid idea of where you are, where you're needing to go, where you've been, and how amazing you have been doing in this life. Okay. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. You may want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged or at least off track. Efficiency in doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you're wanting, you'll have to go step by step and have patience. It's not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. So, ooh, Seven of Pentacles, daily work, healing thought, discernment, small animals, employees, and orderliness. So it's really not about how quickly you can do this. Ooh, 11, 11, 45, 45, 45 minutes, 45 seconds, 134, 66, 11, 11. Let's see what the phone says. Oh, yeah. Sorry. 11. Ah, you guys, this is amazing. It's 11 all across the board. Hold on. So 56% is 11, 11, 11. 2 plus 4 plus 5 is 11. 11, 11, 11. Okay. Let me just calm myself down. What's the date today? Okay. Okay. The numbers are screaming. Okay. Card number 17. Ooh, what is this about? Crane. All right. Do what you need to do to bring greater balance into your life. This is a time of great abundance and plenitude, one in which you won't want for anything. A portal has opened that allows you glimpses of the future without fear or trepidation. Maintain a relaxed vigilance at this time, paying close attention to signs and omens. It's time to revive and restore that hobby or recreational interest you once enjoyed. So, with a portal opening, 1 plus 7 is 8. 8, 8, portal. Careful with that. Careful with that. I'm just saying, where does it? Oh, careful with that, okay? Um, hold up. Hold on, you guys. I gotta check something. Oops. Ooh, okay. So this is a Queen of Hearts. It represents the spiritual nature of man and the principle of birth. It's a card of beauty, magnetism, affection, and idealism. The women represent the loving mother, sweetheart, or the adored daughter. They are invariably attractive with a strong appeal to. I don't need that definition. Ah! Okay, just calm myself down. This is the 12th card in the deck, and it's associated with Scorpio. Okay, this is the sweetheart karma, whatever that means. This this is about connections from past lives and the connections from this current lifetime. So I probably shouldn't have looked that up. So what this is talking about is basically past life karmic connections will play a role in whatever it is you're learning in this life. Okay, it'll play a role, and don't worry too much. So card number 4, simplicity. Simplicity. What does this look like to you guys? There's so many different things I'm seeing in this. Um, you're asking if I'm a feminist. What's it to you? What's it to you? Does it upset you that I'm having a message that's empowering to the feminine within? I'm a totality. A totality means I don't place a masculine or a feminine before the other. They come as a pair. Woman with a hook, you're fucking out. You're out, bruh. Learn about yourself before you start talking about women. And not only do I carry a hook, I carry a big ass stick. And I don't care if you're okay with it or not. Because unless you're feeding me, unless you're clothing me and housing me, you don't get a say in who I am. You really, really don't. Okay? So, all right, Karen. Pow. Okay, let me just stop. What do you guys what do you guys see with this? Oh, maybe he was saying this is a woman with a hook. I don't know. You've been annoying me for a couple lives, so you just need to leave. Sorry. Sorry that I'm not sorry and I own my space. You like that, huh? Too bad you had to leave though. Anyways, what does this look like to you guys? So to me, it kind of, I don't necessarily feel this is a hook. Um, that type of perception would come from uh, an emasculated masculine. Should never let someone take away your balls, dude. Okay. And it's not my fault or any other woman's fault that your balls have been put in a satin purse and placed on the bedside dresser. That's not my fault, bro. And it's not my fault my balls are bigger than yours. I just carry them on my chest, from what I'm told. So what I'm seeing is a woman, and it looks like this is a washing basin, and she's washing. You know what I mean? Just washing away the ugly of life. Washing away the toxicity of people's perceptions, people's ideals that are not in alignment with her growth and her needs, washing away that toxic femininity, washing away the abusive patriarchal energies. I mean, in Sir's defense over there, there is such a thing as toxic femininity. There is such a thing as toxic femininity, and it's time for us to stop like picking and choosing which one is better than the other, because you need both. You need both, or this doesn't continue. Okay, this race does not continue. Our species does not continue. Oh, that is a mouse. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let me go ahead and read what this is. Card number 4, because I'm not sure what this is. Ooh, there is peace for one whose heart is open. Oh, whew, this is, woo, wow. Bow to that which is simple. You will find answers to your most complex issues and those questions that seem, excuse me, to defy the possibility of an answer. You will find the solution now through simplicity. Live one day at a time. Have gratitude for whatever you possibly can, even if you are yet to understand why you should be grateful, because you cannot perceive the gift hiding within the struggle quite yet. So, so here it is. I am absolutely thankful for Sir over there that got removed, because it's through your own commenting that you opened up a conversation that needed to be heard. It really, really needed to be heard. And every one of you plays a very important role in the way these readings go, the way I'm inspired to talk about certain topics that, I mean, why would I bring up toxic femininity? I wouldn't. Not without a trigger like that. And so instead of seeing it as like, oh, he got told, no, I mean, he does have to be removed because he has been irritating me for quite a few readings now. I will be honest with that. You gave me a reason, and you've been giving me reasons, and now I'm taking you up on that offer to remove you. But there is such a gift in that. This gratefulness of being able to be gifted with the opportunity to talk about things that needed to be talked about, but I didn't have a way in which to integrate that into this conversation. So that's a very beautiful thing. Um, let's see. Trust in the goodness of life, seeking to serve you into becoming the fullness of all that you are. Yes, even in your darkest night, the light of love is serving you. The most sophisticated problems can be resolved through a simple answer: love, trust, have faith, be patient, wait, and you shall see. Let simplicity be. This oracle brings you an answer. Everything is going to be all right. Don't add fuel to the fire and look for ways to sort out complicated matters prematurely. And that need to sort out complicated matters prematurely really stems from this fear, because if you're afraid that you can't handle or survive what you feel is coming towards you will try and control it. You will try and have all these contingency plans in place, waiting for this specific event. What if you misunderstood that event? What if the message was misinterpreted? And instead of what's happening right now, being something that's growing you. Instead, it's something that's further confining you. And I mean, the depth of misinterpretation. So Michael says it's okay. I'm like, I don't know if I said this. Say this. Michael says it's okay. So I do know someone who embodies a larger portion of the Christ spark. They are a fractal of a being who lived a while ago. So I do know several who were cleaved from that consciousness. And years ago, one of them was taking a flight. They were taking a flight to another country, to another state, and they had to fly over water. And they messaged me, and like when they landed, they were weirded out because they don't really believe they're a fractal of that consciousness. And they were telling me that it was so weird because when they landed, it was Hawaii. When they landed in Hawaii, um, they were like, it's so weird. Everyone's talking about how Jesus was going to be seen in the sky at this particular time. That was a time she was still in the air. I was like, well, yeah, you were in the air, weren't you? She's like, stop weirding me out. Well, you're weirding yourself out. I'm just saying, you were in the air, weren't you? So definitely, I love that. Definitely, misinterpretation is a very huge thing. A lot of people misinterpret quite a bit, quite a bit. Um, what deck? Hold on, guys. Okay, here goes. Here goes. Ooh. Uh huh. Uh huh. So, you have big balls too, Sandra? That's interesting. Somebody special. Are y'all making out? Oh, no, they're not. Okay. So, here it is. Here it is. Three of Cups. What ends up happening when you enter a dark night of your soul, you end up failing to realize how plentiful life actually is. You are so focused on what it is you're offering up. Oftentimes, when we enter a dark night of the soul, it feels as though we are giving ourselves up, our identity, our life as we know it. We are giving it up, we are sacrificing it. When in reality, um, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can, you usually will experience that sensation, that feeling, but it doesn't mean you have to give yourself up, okay? That you're losing yourself completely. So this was in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse, excessive pleasures, overabundance, loss of prestige, lack of appreciation. So it's definitely about lacking enough appreciation for you and your journey. Okay. You have to appreciate yourself and your journey through all of its phases. Now, Michael. So we have Knight of Swords in reverse. Incapacity, imprudence, dispute or ruin over a woman, impulsive. Okay. Uh, just gonna leave that at that. Ten of Cups in reverse, loss of friendship, unhappiness, family quarrel, pettiness, rage, difference of opinion. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So here goes. Here goes. So we had this card, right? It's like you're lifting up your cup. Are you offering up some sort of sacrifice, sacrificial offering? What part of you are you giving up? But we also had this card and the back. This card was in reverse. So what if cups from previous lives, these cups from your previous lives are being emptied out into your cup in this life? And this is the very thing that's going to help you to grow. It carries with it a message. It carries with it a message. Someone's coming towards you, and they're going to be experiencing quite a bit of resistance, not just from you, but from their family, from the people who are supposed to be on their side. Something's been keeping you guys apart. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're just going to leave it at that. If you want to talk about it further, Michael, you can go ahead and access everyone's ears and tell them directly. Would you guys like to hear Michael? He has something to tell you. Well, then, if it's a message for me, I don't need to say it out loud, do I? So, 10 of Pentacles, riches, safety, family matters, ancestry, inheritance, and home. So, civilized argument Michael and I are having. You are inheriting from your spiritual family the very things that you are needing, okay? The very things that you are needing to help you better understand in this life. If you want to know, you should definitely sit with Michael later on today and communicate with him. So the 10 of coins in reverse. Was it in reverse? Was it in reverse? Hold on. Oh no, it wasn't in reverse. It wasn't. All right. Let's do the final. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a message that is in alignment with me or my current mood. So definitely talk to Michael. I can't keep him from giving you your messages. He'll find a way to give it to you if it is for you, is all I'm saying. It just feels like he's fucking with me and trying to get me to say shit. That's a personal message. No, I don't give a shit. You talk to them then. Seriously. Not to you guys. Whoever he's trying to get me to say something publicly. So it's to deliver a message to, I don't know, I guess someone specific. And if he wants someone specific to know a message, he needs to talk to them directly. I'm not playing telephone for him. Just saying. Yeah, personal is personal. Exactly. Exactly. Go ahead and drag me. I got my hair in a bun. Perfect handle for you to drag me. I don't really care. Okay. Here we go. Card. There was here. Oh, sorry. I hate you, Michael. God, you piss me off so bad all the time, every day, all day. Yeah, if I burst a blood vessel, it's your fault because you always piss me off, especially when I'm live. Especially when I'm live. Don't speak to me, heathen. Behave like a heathen and you expect me to talk to you. So, okay. I don't know if you guys can see my hand is shaking. He got me so fucking mad right now. Okay. So card number 17, whatever it was I said about this, Queen of Hearts. I'm being told to remind you guys what Queen of Hearts means. 12th card in the deck associated with Scorpio. This is a sweetheart karma. This is about connections from past lives and its connection to this current life. So I was told to scroll down just a little bit, and the very next thing says the Queen of Hearts represents sincere and loving woman of tender heart. For a man, this card means his sweetheart lover or a woman he will marry. Whatever. So that's what that is. And then we have this card right here. Many hands of the goddess, card number 17. That's a lot of Buddha palm. That's a lot of pimp hand Buddha palm slaps. I'm just saying. Keep it up, Michael. Keep it up. Keep it up. I don't know. Are you a demon? I'm just saying. We're back to, yes, we're back to that conversation. Are you a demon? I'm just saying. I'm not in alignment with you and your messages today. It's card number 17, many hands of the goddess. Can any of you hear Michael? Can any of you hear him? This motherfucker. I swear to God. I swear. Just wipe it across my chest. Here you go. The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness. She's not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she wants to assist you. We often create well when we focus on one project at a time, seeing it through to completion and then tending to the next one. Sometimes our attention might be stretched across numerous projects, especially if you have a lot of natural creative energy at your disposal. You may worry that you're being stretched beyond your capacity to be productive, that your creative energy is being dissipated by flipping from one project to another, and that you will not complete anything. The guidance from Goddess Kuan Yin is to release your worries and intentions to her and then let her guide you. When you feel strongly to work on a particular project, perhaps to focus on it for a time, do so. When you feel to step back from it and rest, do so. In the rest, you will replenish, gain new perspective, and return to your creative work more productive. It's an essential part of the process. Trust that she is uplifting, guiding, and instructing you through your own intuition so that your projects and creative desires will manifest with the highest wisdom and in the best order and timing. You do not have to worry about having too many logs in the fire. You just need to let Kuan Yin guide you and follow her impulses faithfully. Do not be afraid to surrender projects to her, even if they seem to be taken out of your hands for a time. When the time is right, they will come back to you. Come back to you. Perhaps in a revised form that's more aligned with your divine essence. With the many hands of the goddess assisting you through your trusting heart, you will accomplish more than you thought possible, assisted by the universe in ways seen and unseen. Okay? So, there. All right. There. All right, guys. All right. So I hope this gives whoever needed clarity the clarity that they're needing. I also hope that he is saying a lot of things right now to me. I'm sorry for the distraction that he is. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Michael wants to talk to some of you. I knew it. He can't lie to me. He's not allowed to lie to me or deceive me. The message wasn't for you guys. He just was trying to get me to say shit. I know you, bro. I know you. I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with my insanity and Michael's bullshit. We love you guys. Bye.